Now that the battle with the Calamity has finally concluded, peace once again returns to the Demon Nation. And as for the warriors, the Demon Lord presents each of the 4 Heavenly Kings a top-level magic crystal. But just when he is giving one to Uchimura, he calls him for a private talk later, making Uchimura think that this is what they call favoritism. However, when he meets him later for the private talk, the Demon Lord asks Uchimura what does he thinks a king is. Uchimura replies that a king is the leader of the nation who guides his citizens towards happiness and prosperity. Suddenly, the Demon Lord tells him to become a king. Shocked, Uchimura can't understand what he is implying to and says he can't possibly become a king. But the Demon Lord says he wants him to become the king of a new era, explaining that he has extraordinary qualities that are fit for any leader or king, but he doesn't do anything beyond what he is ordered to, which means he is nothing more than a talented slave. So he shouldn't mistake humility for servitude. Hearing this, Uchimura is taken aback and asks for some time before giving his final answer. Then he returns to his office, where he sees flashes of every moment of his cruel working life in Japan that further brings his confidence down. But then he remembers that Demon Lord told him he can transfer him back to Japan if he wants to, and ends up deciding that he is not fit for this job anymore, so he will resign and return to Earth. Then he completes the rest of the work and writes his resignation letter, along with a recommendation letter to have Oral take over the 4th Heavenly King's position. While doing so, Uchimura once again finds himself in the bar, where the boss gives him too much of extra service, because it is the last of his shop. When Uchimura asks him why, he says it's because he doesn't need this establishment anymore. Upon coming back, Uchimura decides that he should say his goodbye to the 3 Heavenly Kings. And as such, he first visits Genome, who reveals that after the battle, she and Ulmander decide to have both races spar with each other to increase their military power. But she doesn't know when they will begin fighting for real, so she wants Uchimura to coordinate the balance of both races. Before Uchimura can say anything, she leaves from there. So, he then visits Sylphid, who reveals that she has developed a plant breeding system that will provide them enough harvest to cover any food shortage. Once again, Uchimura doesn't get the chance to speak and ends up leaving from there silently. On the rooftop, while he is gazing at the surroundings, Ulmander comes there, and she is very angry because Uchimura once again left her alone. After this, Uchimura explains his situation to her and says that he knows how pathetic and weak he is. Ulmander, however, denies it and says he finally has shown a weakness. She says that he doesn't show any weakness at all, which is also his flaw. And then she reminds him of her friendship bracelet, saying that she is his friend, and even if the world is against him, she will stay by his side. So he should become any king, demon lord, or whatever he wants. Hearing this, Uchimura gains his lost confidence as he visits the Demon Lord and says that he is ready to become the king, but he will become the king of a new era, who only stands on top because of his merits and skills, not because of suppressive powers. And to do this, he will need Demon Lords and all his companions' help. The Demon Lord is happy with his answer and says he will lend his hand. Later, however, while Uchimura and his subordinates are working, Ulmander visits him and offers to drink in the pear glass they bought in the market. But then he reveals that he has already given it to the Demon Lord, driving Ulmander so mad that she beats him to pulp.